We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to day 39 of Vibe Coding an App until I make $1 million. As you guys can see, we were stuck in the $50 in revenue for a while, but we just crossed over into $60 of revenue after 39 days. Not a lot, but trust me, guys, as time goes on and as we deploy these projects, we are going to reach our goal. Now, with that being said, as you guys know, right now we're in the process of launching ViewCreator. And what you can see on my screen here is you can actually see the CloudFormation actions that I'm working on. And yesterday I was unable to show this because I didn't want to disclose any sensitive information. And during this stream, I have to be very careful that I do not show you guys anything sensitive in my AWS account, as obviously networking and DevOps, infrastructure, whatever you call it, it is a very sensitive subject. So with that being said, I am going to be streaming this setup, and what we're going to be doing is I'm actually going to be showing you guys the process of what it looks like to actually deploy cloud infrastructure on AWS. Now, the stream is a little bit different today. As you guys can see, I have this camera behind me. How's it going? And the reason I have the camera behind me today is because we're going to be, hold up, okay. So we're going to be essentially using this because I'm gonna be working on this monitor here that you can see, right? So this monitor is one that I'm gonna be working on, this one on the right, that you can see behind me on the right. But this one on the left is what you guys are seeing. And essentially what's on the left here is non-sensitive. This is just, we're going to be going through our CloudFormation deploys, and as they go, it looks like this. So essentially you have these different steps, and as you can see, the first step is to lint and validate, and then the next step is to deploy. Now, based on which branch I'm deploying to, it either runs deploy dev or deploy prod. So you can see that the deployment that we did, I was actually working right before this, so this one triggered 18 minutes ago, and this one failed in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And essentially what you have to do when you're deploying CloudFormation infrastructure or AWS infrastructure using CloudFormation is that you're gonna have a lot of errors because you're writing your infrastructure as code. And what happens is you deploy this entire stack at a single time. And the entire stack is very complex. I mean, you're talking about your VPC, you're talking about your database, you're talking about your subnets, you're talking about your security groups, you're talking about your load balancers, you're talking about your ECS, you're talking about your ECR, you're talking about all these different things that are in this singular stack. So essentially what happens is you work through this stack. Sadat Khan, welcome to the stream, good to see you. And you're working through this stack, and it's very prone to problems. It's very prone to errors. So it takes a lot of trial and error to actually get this working. And as you guys can see, you know, if I go out to actions here, what you guys can see is that, you know, we've been doing this, and look at all the ones, even just today, we've ran since 8 a.m. is when we started deploying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've ran 7 deployments today, and it takes a couple minutes for each deployment to run until it fails. But the thing is that I'm working with Codex, and with Codex, I'm easily able to drop in essentially the errors that happen in CloudFormation, and then Codex is able to use the AWS CLI to actually describe what went wrong with the stack's deployment, and then it instructs me on, hey, this is what you need to do to get this working correctly. So with that being said, let me do a couple things on my end to make sure that the stream is up and running, and then we're gonna get into it. But yeah, today the stream is gonna be a little bit different because you guys are gonna be seeing a lot less, just because, hey, this is sensitive. I can't show you guys, I can't show this to you guys. But that being said, I can show you essentially what we're going through, and I can be talking to you guys about what I'm actually doing and where it failed and what I find. And I think that hopefully that is still just as helpful. Let's see here. Windows Slothy over on Twitch. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we're definitely trying to grow that Twitch audience, so I appreciate you being there. Thank you. Red6 Rush. Hi, how's it going? Edit Z, good to see you. Rob, good morning. How are you? Windows Slothy said that he's just started vibe coding recently. That's awesome. Yeah, vibe coding is definitely the future. Edit Z said FedEx card just passed. Are they sponsoring you? Nah, they're not sponsoring me. GoZoop said interesting setup. Yeah, I really like this setup. But yeah, so that's the stream today is gonna be a little bit different. You know, you guys are gonna be able to see essentially what my screen looks like. Like, hold on, let me pull up AWS or OBS just so I can see. So you guys can see, like, hey, this is the screen that I'm working on today. And then what you guys are seeing on essentially the main screen is essentially my GitHub, so that you guys can see as the actions run. But a lot of the sensitive information needs to be kept private. So let's get started. Aperium, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Calvin Crypt, let's go. Colin Zodundo says, I need help with my code, please. What's going on? Also, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure that you like the stream. It really helps support me, and the channel's been blowing up recently. We're at 3,164 subscribers on YouTube, and Twitch, I think, is at 21 followers. X is at 60 followers. Everything's going up, so I'm just going to continue to stay consistent, and we're going to continue to make progress. Now, with that being said, I have the latest update here on Codex, and essentially what it needs me to do, the reason that this deployment failed here is because we didn't have the correct permissions in our so essentially how it works is when you're deploying a stack, you have to create a user role for your CloudFormation deployments. So CloudFormation, it runs in AWS, so you essentially assign in GitHub Action Secrets, you assign a specific variable, and then with that variable, for example, you'll describe a role which has a specific policy. Now, the policy that you create is actually, it's what CloudFormation can use to then create all of your network infrastructure. And a lot of the issues that we've had so far are related to us not having all of the policy information that we need to actually deploy a stack. And it's smart to not, what you really need to do is you have to be careful about what you actually put in the permissions. I mean, I could go and I could create a policy for CloudFormation, and I could just put it and I could say admin role, let's deploy it. But you have to be careful with that. Windows Slothy said, I'm publishing my first project recently. That's awesome. Keep it going. There's a couple of you guys. Imperium has a really good project as well. That's pretty cool. So yes, if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so, because I really enjoy learning from you guys. That's one thing that, I was just talking to Imperium last night, and he has just a ton of stuff that I learned. He actually showed me, essentially he showed me a Reddit post that was a reference to some ways that we could help get some initial traction once we launch, and that would be things like posting on Product Hunt. It would be things like posting on Crunchbase, and having essentially what the purpose of that is, and it has a couple purposes. First of all, traction, obviously, but then another reason for that is because you need to have, I'm actually going to pull it up so I can show you guys on the screen so you guys aren't just looking at this, but Imperium, I hope it's okay that I share this. I just thought it was really valuable, and thought it was pretty cool. So let me show you this, this Reddit post, because it was really interesting. Let me pull it up here. All right, so this is the Reddit post that Imperium shared with me last night, and I was talking to him over on the Discord. And what was really interesting is essentially what he was telling me is, hey, here's a Reddit that helped me get a lot of traction on my site. And you guys can look at this and read through it, because I read through it last night. And hold up, looks like we have some errors here. Fix these errors. So pretty much, let's look at this. So Product Hunt, so domain authority 91, monthly traffic 5 million, and then it tells you what it's best for, and then the submission strategy. So launch on Tuesday or Thursday for maximum visibility. Cost, it's free. There are pro features available. Then Hacker News, domain authority. And remember that domain authority, the importance of it is because let's say that you make a post on Product Hunt. Let's say you make a post on Hacker News. What you're going to do is you're going to add a link to your website, obviously, on this. And the thing is that it's going to get indexed by Google. And that's going to help you start to generate these backlinks from high domain authority sites. So having your product listed on Product Hunt and Hacker News not only is going to help you because it's going to get your product out there in front of people, but it's also going to help you with your backlinking strategy. So guys, don't forget that there's a lot of things that when you're launching a product, when you're launching a website, that you need to think about. And this is one thing that was really helpful to me. So thank you, Imperium, for sharing that. Really appreciate it. Edzon said, what hosting do you use to put your site online? I use AWS. So I'm working on AWS right now to actually get our cloud infrastructure built. As you guys can see, I'm kind of clicking around on the right screen here because I have a ChatGPT window that's giving me essentially the policies that we need to update that role with. So let's do that real quick. Let's see if there's any errors. Okay, 0 errors. Perfect. All right, so let's save those changes. All right, so we should be good now. So essentially what I'm going to do is, because it was a policy error, what we can do is we can click rerun on this, because there was no code that needed to be updated in our CloudFormation repo. Instead, it was actually just a permissions error. NS, how's it going? Yeah, we're at $60 now. Huge. Edzon said, yesterday I tried to connect via Google to your site. It didn't work. I don't know, maybe you didn't configure it correctly because it displayed the local host in the URL. Yeah, so Edzon, the reason that that's happening is because our sign up and our API actually is not configured yet. So For example, because the reason that it's going back to localhost is because that's the default if the API isn't actually hooked up. So once we hook up the API and deploy the API and connect it to the front end, which is what we're doing now, then it's actually going to start working. So thanks for bringing that up. Actually, a couple people have brought that up because you guys are in there testing it out, and I appreciate that. But we aren't officially launched yet. So once we get the API configured, that's when those bugs will be legitimate. So if you guys find bugs once we launch, then that will be very important and very helpful. Mr. Ilya said, do you invite investors for this project in the future, or it will be completely bootstrapped? So right now I'm completely self-funded. As you guys know, I have been the founder of several startups, and I have some investment capital. So I'm fully backing this for now. But really excited to see where it goes. Who knows, maybe we could end up spinning some of the projects off. So thanks, Pirium. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Channel's been growing really, really fast lately. And honestly, it's really inspiring, and I appreciate all the support I can get. All right. So that's still going. The last one, I think it failed in like 3 minutes. So honestly, I do expect this to continue to have some problems. But what's crazy is that yesterday I had this really weird error with the linter. So here, if I move this to the left a little bit, you can see that basically there's this linter that runs before, and it lints the project, the CloudFormation project, before it actually runs the commands. And the linter had like these weird binary issues in it, and I got stuck on that for a couple hours. But finally last night I got that, and I made a bunch of progress. I actually let you guys know in the Discord once I got CloudFormation actually, running. So it was good to get past the lint errors and onto something else. Felt really good. You guys know how it is when, you work on a problem for hours and then it finally works. It feels great. Okay, so that one failed 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Let me pull up CloudFormation now and see, hey, what caused that? Looks like it was, okay, so the data stack is what failed. So essentially now I have to open Codex, review what failed this time, also review my existing policy for reference. All right, so I'm gonna pass in the policy that I have. But yeah, you guys can't see this unfortunately since it is sensitive. If you guys are just tuned into the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're working on CloudFormation today. As you guys know, CloudFormation is really the next step stopping us from launch. The only thing stopping us from launch is actually getting it launched. So we have CloudFormation running. We're trying to deploy our dev servers, and I'm really excited. We have a stack. We have a CloudFormation stack that's up and running. It's failing in deployment, but I feel confident that today, we're just going to work for a couple hours, and we're just going to continue to run our actions and try and get this fixed. Nah, Windows sloppy. I'll have to get in the way. Alright. Alright, so this I have a build running here. So it's saying that the role still lacks RDS permissions. So it says I need to extend the IAM policy. Okay. So I need to extend the IAM policy even more. So I'm gonna use ChatGPT for that. I have a pretty good ChatGPT window that's helped me out. Oh, also something really cool, guys. So this is something that I learned recently that I'd like to share. really cool feature from ChatGPT. So if you go to the plus icon here, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's something now called connectors. And what connectors allow you to do, it allows you to connect to things like Gmail or Google Calendar or Canva, or most importantly for us, GitHub. So I'm able to literally connect to GitHub, and you can choose up to 3 repositories to actually use inside of ChatGPT. And I've been using that the past couple days so that I can have more conversations, because you know, Codex isn't very conversational. It doesn't format, obviously, its responses very well. But the reason that ChatGPT is so good is because it's built for that. It's built for having conversations. It's built for that purpose. So it's actually really nice to use for that reason. Rovidex, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Yeah, so basically ChatGPT has MCP servers now. Yeah, Windows Slothy, that's true. Windows Slothy, I need a mod on Twitch, by the way. So let me know if you want to be mod, because essentially we need mods to grow some of our channels. All right, so it was missing the critical RDS roles for that policy that we needed. So I'll just show you guys what this looks like. This is non-sensitive. So right now, you know, I'm adding these policies on the role that's going to deploy the stack. And what that looks like is it looks like this. You know, you need to add certain policies for that role so that, you know, when it actually launches and it's running the stack, that it has access to these specific resources and actions inside of AWS. So we just added RDS permissions so that it can list, read, and write. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete the stack, and let's try that again. Let's rerun and see if we run into more permission errors. But right now I feel like we're just gonna continue to make progress. It's gonna take some time, but I feel good about this, guys. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to be streaming for a couple hours today, working mainly on CloudFormation. All right, I'm going to go in and mod you, window. All right, I just followed you too. Oh, no. All right, how do I mod you? I don't even know how to mod somebody. It's so bad. Alright, I just modded you. Alright. Alright. Windows Slothy, you are the first mod over on Twitch. So I'm now counting on you, alright? We gotta grow the Twitch. We gotta grow all the platforms. All right, so this create is now in progress. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Hello Cloud said, do you want to learn more? Pay for human. I don't understand what you're saying. Windows Slothy said, I'll now take over the stream. Yeah. Imperium said, so when we will be launching on creatives and promo videos of products, we need this at launch time for both pre-launch and post-launch. Yeah. We're gonna need a lot of content. I think how we're gonna start is we're gonna start with demo videos. So the first step of actually getting the product launched, in my opinion, is to say, hey, we need to actually get, we need to take the next step in creating promotional content. And to do that, as you guys know, obviously you guys have been watching me for a while, I do have a decent skill with speaking. I'm good at speaking and I'm good at presenting. It's always been a natural skill of mine. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to create YouTube videos that are going to be actual demos of what we're doing. Okay, looks like this already rolled back, unfortunately. Okay, hold up, guys. We're going to rerun this in a second. Mythic said, this is so cool. Thanks, Mythic. Yeah, a little bit of a different style stream today since we're doing a lot of, you know, sensitive stuff. But let's cancel this workflow. Checking changes asked, hey, how does your revenue increase if you don't mind? Yeah, so the revenue tracker is for revenue that the BridgeMind company takes in. So, you know, we are, okay, so that canceled. Let's rerun this. So, you know, we have so many different avenues to now actually generate revenue. And as you guys know, you know, this whole process is very public. You know, I'm very transparent about everything that we're doing. You know, there's a lot of influencers out there that in order to get views, in order to gain attention, that they actually lie and they make up how much money they're making. Like there's some people that say, I've made, you know, 7,000 users signed up for this, you know, $200 a month service. And you do the math and you're like, isn't that like, you know, 1.4 million, you know, and, you know, it's just a lie. It's a lie. And I'm going to be very transparent in this whole process. You know, we've been working for almost 40 days now, and the revenue is only at $60, which is not a lot. But most of the revenue has come from Goalpost, BridgeMind, and then also, as you guys know, we're now partnered with YouTube. So anytime that you guys do super chats, or when we introduce memberships, or any revenue that comes from actual viewership and monetization is going to be able to go towards the revenue, because hey, that's a channel that we have. It's essentially uh-oh. All right, hold on, guys. I got an issue over here. All right. Okay, 1 second. So we have another problem. So that failed again. You know what's interesting is the over here in CloudFormation, you guys can't see it, but I'm working on it, and you know, it actually is already done, only in like 40 seconds. So I already have that it failed. Now let's go back over and just keep doing what we're doing, because it's mainly permission errors. Mythic said, I've always been interested in how people become naturally good at speaking. Is it genetic, or is it how you are born? I'm not sure. You know, people talk about the it factor, and you know, people will say, you know, not talking about myself, but about other people, like, that guy just has it, right? And usually what it is it's like this charismatic blend of, oh wait, okay, hold up. So it's like charisma, it's confidence, charisma are big. Okay, so it says, add the IAM service linked role permissions to the policy you posted. So IAM service linked role. Okay. Okay, so it said CloudFormation made it all the way to creating the Aurora cluster. Oh, it's Aurora? That's gonna be expensive. I don't know if I want to use Aurora. Very expensive database. Have any of you used Aurora before? Do you guys know how expensive it is? Wait, where did my CloudFormation go? All right, hold up. I'm locked in. All right, so failing in 2 minutes and 21 seconds still. Okay, so checking changes said, are you using Terraform or anything like that for shipping and deploying, or is it direct CI/CD pipeline with GitHub Actions? Yeah, so we're using CloudFormation. So this is what you're seeing here, is that we're actually using GitHub Actions to deploy our CloudFormation repo. So for example, if I deploy to the dev branch, it's gonna deploy infrastructure to the dev services in AWS, so it's gonna update the dev stack, and then respectively, if you push to the main branch, it's gonna do the same. Yeah, Aurora is expensive. Hello Cloud AI said, you don't get tired working on Sunday. Nah, I love what I do. Before I started streaming, as you guys know, I sent in the chat, that I was gonna start streaming at 12, but I just decided to start streaming earlier because I was just so into what I was doing. I just genuinely love what I'm doing, so it doesn't even feel like work, and that's when you know that you found something good to do in life. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Really appreciate the support. We're gonna get this totally running in this stream, I think. I would be very surprised. I think we're getting very close. A lot of what we have is essentially, the problem that we're having is still just roles and policies, so I'm not too worried about it. Imperium said, just to know, are you using auto-scaling groups and VPCs for this app? Initial launch doesn't require, but in future to scale, we may need to go for ASGs. What's ASGs? Oh, auto-scaling groups. Yeah, so we are using ECS, and we do have auto-scaling groups in ECS for the API. And then for the front end, you don't really need that because you're using, CloudFormation, or not CloudFormation, but CloudFront with S3 bucket, so you don't really need that. But for the API, yes, you definitely need that in API. The problem right now is still permissions. Mystic Fear said anything AWS is expensive. Is Azure really more expensive than AWS? Because I hear a lot about AWS being really expensive, and it is. When I was working at Bright Choice, our AWS bill was like thousands and thousands per month, and we had an Aurora database, so I'm trying to be careful with that. Windows Slothy, I gave you mod because essentially I need a mod over on Twitch. So as you can see, I only got 22 followers over on Twitch, so I need your help. Okay. All right, so we're ready to redeploy here. Let's rerun. All right, so this is now rerunning. Everybody cross your fingers. I'd like to get behind like permission errors. Apparently, that's a good point. The issues that we're having now, it's literally just linked to the policy permissions. Because it's doing so much, so there's so many permissions that it needs to actually run. All right, so deploy tab running. All right. All right, stack's going up, guys. Okay. Very interesting list here. All right, create is still in progress. Ooh, create failed, guys. All right, we do have a different error though. It says that the specified KMS key either doesn't exist or it isn't enabled. So we are past the config issues that we had. Okay. Yeah, Imperium. I do use CloudWatch. Mythic, that list on Reddit was a list that was actually a Reddit post that Imperium gave to me. And it's a list of essentially, let me just click on it. I'll talk to you guys about it. So it's a list of, like, if you have your own business, you have your own website, it's a public backlinks database, essentially. So it's giving you, hey, you know, when you initially launch, it's really important to build up backlinks and domain authority for your website so that you can list higher on Google search results. So it's smart to actually post on some of these websites because it boosts your domain authority with backlinks. I'll drop the link in. Here's the link. Yep, happy to help Alex and Mythic. All right, so the default key doesn't exist, which is why this is failing. So we did just identify what the core cause of our issue is. So the issue is it's a KMS key that needs to be created, and I think that we can actually create this using, it says, okay. Okay. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Imperium, I'm going to make you a mod, by the way. You've been really active and helpful, so I'm going to make you mod right now. All right, Imperium, I just made you a mod. Thanks for being active in chat and being supportive and being helpful. All right, so we have some more permissions going in. I can show this. So here's what I'm working on. EC2 permissions. S3 permissions. Let's throw the live count up here. But yeah, here we go. All right. Okay. All right, let's redeploy. J35, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We're working on CloudFormation. I can't show a lot of the sensitive information, obviously, but I still wanted to stream. I still wanted to share this experience with you guys. Obviously, I'm grinding, so I wanted to show the process. And I didn't want to work on like essentially UI features or API features or database features, knowing that really the most important thing for us to do is actually, you know, to get CloudFormation up. So I just decided I'll share the experience with you guys. While you can't necessarily see everything that I'm doing my best I can to describe what I'm going through and what we're doing. Also, Imperium, I just promoted him to a mod, by the way. Yeah, let's go big with the launch, Imperium. Yeah, Imperium said he said it's not like I'm just watching your stream. I'm also parallelly working on my project. Also, this is what I expect from every viewer. Guys, build something. Yeah, that's really the goal. Is, you know, hey, this is a tough process. It's a long process, and you know, I think it's helpful for some people just to be able to see, hey, this is actually what it looks like, and you can do it too. And you know what? Not only can you do it, but hey, work alongside us. You know. Windows Slothy asked, what's your website about? So ViewCreator, for those of you wondering, ViewCreator is a platform, an AI platform where you're able to, why is that not, we have to fix that on the smaller screen sizes. The animation isn't showing, but essentially it's a AI platform for content creators to create content using AI. So let's say that they have a platform where they need to write YouTube titles, YouTube descriptions, YouTube thumbnails, or X posts or Instagram posts. Essentially, there are several key tactics and strategies that are important for users to actually implement into their content creation process. And we're going to create a platform, an all-in-one platform that allows content creators and businesses to manage their social platforms. All right, looks like this, J35 said do a piano stream. I bet you play piano really good. Yeah, I've been playing piano since I was like 4 or 5 years old. All right, so we're still getting error here. Let's see. So I'm gonna show you guys this. We keep getting the same error. It's related to our KMS key. So let's talk to ChatGPT, see if we can figure it out. Let's go over to KMS. And no, KMS does not stand for kill myself. It stands for key management service. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm gonna grab a snack real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so this is empty. And let's actually create this key. Windows slothing, I'm using GPT-5. Here is what ChatGPT said about our error. What I have decided to do is I actually want to provide the ARN of the KMS key that we are going to attach to the database. So we're going to create a KMS key both for the production and development databases. So think through what we need to add into our parameters to respectively add in the logic of providing the reference of this KMS key. Review the code in depth and think through what we need to add to our parameters and our parameters example files in both prod and development environments, and update the files respectively. We are not going to use a default KMS key for the databases. We are going to create our own. All right, cool. Good enough. Window, I don't want to use the GLM models. All right, VIP09 asks, when you finish it, how do you make it known to more people? So what we're gonna do is we are going to run paid ads, and then we also have a pretty good marketing platform through BridgeMind, and we also are gonna post on things like Product Hunt, Crunchbase, and we do have a $3,000 marketing budget for October, $6,000 marketing dollars in November, and $12,000 in December. So we're gonna put some pretty good money behind it. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. My Coding Diary, thank you for subscribing. Windows Slothy said it's literally GPT-5 for £3 a month. Yeah, I'm not really cost driven though. Crewmate said, hey, do you have any advice for debugging when the agent can't figure out the problem, especially when working with APIs? Yeah, so sometimes the agents get like stuck on a specific bug, and the best thing to do is actually to change models, to change up your prompt, and also, let's say that you're working on an API and the problem's in the API, add console logging in debugging. That is the first step. Like if you have a bug that's persistent, don't say fix. Like don't try and fix the bug immediately. If it's really persistent, ask the model, say, significantly improve the logging and the debugging so that we can figure out what's going on here. And it'll do that. It'll make the logs super good, and then test it, put the logs back in, and then that'll give it way more context and give it a better chance to actually, fix your bug. Sounds good, Imperium. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, so now what I have to do is I have to go create these keys in my AWS account. I'm gonna take this. Thank you for the support, whoever just subscribed. Let's go, 3,170. Could hit 3,200 today if the stream pops off. I'll be streaming for a couple hours, and sometimes the streams will just like pop off. I'll be like 2 hours in, and then like 60 people will jump on. I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. Push Coalition, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Thanks for subscribing. All right, so it's go to the AWS console, go to customer manage key. So we need to create a symmetric key. Oh man, I wish I could show this. Thank you to whoever just subscribed, 3,171, let's go. So I need to create a symmetric key. And the key needs to be able to encrypt and decrypt. And then it says, leave default, click next. The alias, it gave me an alias. I mean, guys, we're living in the future right now. Okay. Let's go. I wish I could show you guys more about what I'm doing, but I really can't. All right, it says define key administrative permissions. Oh, okay. All right, so it needs me to create a admin principal. Thank you to whoever just subscribed, 3,172. Let's keep it going. Windows Flothy said, I recommend you watch Butashi. He taught me a lot. Okay, I will. Push Coalition said, thanks, bro. Really nice workflow you got going on here. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, it says, do not add your deploy roles. They only need permissions. Your account root is automatically added behind the scene. Add your personal administrator CLI if it truly has admin duties. Add a dedicated admin as a role. Okay. So it's having me create a role for account access. Okay. What? Oh. Guys, let's try the redeploy real quick. Let's rerun this. And I'll create the role while I'm doing it. Walk me through creating the role. All right, whoa, that one filled fast. Why did that one fill so fast? The stack hadn't been deleted yet. what do I select on this step now? I selected CLI for key administrative permissions. Thank you. This is what was in the key policy by default. Is there anything that I need to add? All right, so the issue that we're having is on this data stack. The data stack involves the database, and the problem that we have is that you put a KMS key on these databases for encryption, and we didn't actually have our KMS key configured. So, all right, it's essentially saying, hey, leave your key as is with the existing policy. So it's called ViewCreator dev DB. And we're going to finish and create this. Okay, let's go here. I now have the ARN for it. So great. Let's now go to customer managed keys and create the one for the production one. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. DevRealm asks, what is your real job? You're looking at it. You know, it's interesting that people say that, you know, what's the difference between this and a real job, right? You know, when you're starting out doing something, starting a business, you know, people say that. They say, you know, what's your real job? You know, it's like, hey, you're going to have time when you're starting your business where it's not necessarily going to be making you a bunch of money. It's an upfront cost, you know. But to answer your question more holistically, I've been a founder for 3 years. I've started 4. This is my 4th startup. And yeah, I have money to invest in business, and that's what I'm using my money for. I'm not really into flashy cars or a crazy lifestyle. So I'm more interested in business and creating and building things. So I pretty much use most of my money to invest in business. All right, so I now have the ARN keys for our keys. So let's go over and actually drop these in now. So here is the, let's see here. All right, parameters. This one is production. Where's the dev? Dev. All right, so that failed as was expected. All right, so there's dev. Our dev key is in. Now I just have to grab the prod one, ARN of it. So this will essentially be used to encrypt our database. And it was a key thing that was missing in our initial stack. So now that that is there, let's deploy. And we are going to be on a fresh GitHub action now. So we just made our first, you know, actual change to code. So let's go back here. You guys are going to see another one coming up here in a second. There it is. All right, fingers crossed. Let's go. Honestly, I don't expect it to work, but I hope that it doesn't give me the same error. DevRealm said, congrats, bro, and good luck. Hopefully you'll reach 1 million. Yep, I'm locked in on the goal. Appreciate you and your support. Windows Slothy said you should have multiple agents working on your code in parallel. Yeah, so usually I do. Windows Slothy, if you look at some of my other streams, I usually have, you know, maybe 5 to 6 agents working at once. The reason that we don't have that right now is that the task that we're working on right now is incredibly sensitive, and it's incredibly, oh, I didn't delete the first stack, hold up. It's incredibly sensitive, and it's also difficult. So when you're working with something like an API, it's actually not, like, compared to CloudFormation, I would say that CloudFormation, at least for me, is usually pretty difficult. It takes a lot of trial and error to get it working. And with like UI features or API features or database features, you know, they're much easier, at least in my opinion, at least in my experience. So right now we're kind of just focused in on CloudFormation, which is a sensitive subject that I can't share on the screen. As you guys know, I'm working on it on this monitor, but yeah. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, we're at 3,172, only 28 subscribers away from 3,200, so I think we could get there today. Actually, I know we're going to get there today. So thanks for subscribing, liking, supporting. Appreciate it. All right. Here the stack comes in. Just hope that we don't have the same error. That is the goal. Oh, create failed. Oh my gosh, it's like a knife in my back. Oh. We do have a different error though. All right, so this one already failed. I know it says it's still running, but it's just because it doesn't have the information it needs yet. All right, that was a quick and easy fix. Already have the code. Gonna be deploying again here. Okay, wait, we have to, hold up, we gotta delete this stack. All right. So now we have another one running. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. But yeah, should get this, let's go. All right, I see a lot of creates in progress. Create completed. Data stack getting worked on right now. Come on, don't fail on me. Don't fail on me. Oh, failed. Why? Okay, it is a completely different error. Okay. Push Coalition said, question regarding the APIs. What specifically are you having issues when it comes to it? I might be able to come up with some tips. So it's not actually issues with the API that we're having. We're having issues with our CloudFormation deployment. In CloudFormation, what it is, it's essentially the stack that you use to deploy AWS infrastructure. So its infrastructure is code. So we have this project, and what's deploying now isn't our APIs. It's essentially our entire stack. Okay, so we just updated some more code. All right, so this is now going again. Nade said, hey, I noticed that your revenue went from $51 to $60. What is the project that made you that $9? Yeah, I mean, our revenue's going up across all of our projects. YouTube's helping now, making money off YouTube. But yeah, I mean, you guys can expect for the revenue to go up quite a bit. Right now, you know, we've just been getting started. But I expect that, you know, in the next 3 months, we'll probably make a couple $1,000s as time progresses and we get this stuff launched. Ahmad said, why do you prefer Codex over Cursor? So I like Codex lately because it does seem like it is smarter than Cursor, but I will say that Cursor is a lot faster. So that's one thing to note, but Codex seems smarter to me. It works longer. It uses that GPT-5 Codex model, which is really good, which you can use Cursor for as well. But I mean, yeah, I really have been liking it a lot. Yod Mama said, are you currently working on the website? Yeah, so right now what we're working on our CloudFormation deployment. So as you guys know, we are ready for launch. And the biggest thing that we now have to do is we actually have to build our AWS infrastructure. So that's our entire stack. That means actually building the logic to get everything up into ECR, ECS, auto-scaling groups, create our services, create our database, create our CloudFront distribution, create all the S3 buckets, all sorts of stuff. So pretty, you know, complex stuff. So that's what we're focused on today. I can't show a bunch of stuff on the right screen here on my monitor. I'm working on the sensitive CloudFormation stuff. And then here is essentially all the things that are running. Atilia said, hey mate, good luck on your app. What about Codex versus Claude Code? I like Codex more. Yeah, I like Codex more than Claude Code for sure. All right, we have another friggin'. Oh, it looks like we... What the heck? Thank you to whoever just subscribed. DevRealm said, did you use the Gemini CLI? I haven't used Gemini CLI yet. Gemini models aren't that great in my opinion. Speaking of which, what's the AI arena look like these days? So leaderboard, here's the web dev leaderboard. Yeah, so GPT-5 is way ahead still. I guess not way ahead, only 7 above 4.1, but 4.1 is so expensive that it's like, you know. All right, Nate said, what do you think of Lovable for iOS, Android app dev? I'm currently working on a Vibe-coded project using it and considering upgrading my plan. What do you think? So I actually personally have not used Lovable. I know that people talk about it a lot, and it's kind of like your Replit, Base 44 type. It's like kind of a different level of vibe coding that I personally am not, using. So I couldn't really give you a great answer on that one, but would be interested in what your thoughts are on it. Like, have you made a pretty good app? Push Coalition said, I got you the best coding IDE or tools out there. Varies so much. Shouldn't be using only one, but a mixture of agents. That's very true. But again, this varies from person to person depending on what the goal is. Yeah, it's like the CLIs, they're better, take in more context, but very slow. Then Cursor, very fast, very accurate, but potentially a little bit less accurate than, your other options. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Prod. Key ID, okay. 590. Guys, you know what we need? We need a breakthrough. We need to get past this KMS issue. This is just part of working with CloudFormation, to be honest. This is typical. All right, that is now updated. So let's just double check, make sure that we don't have any code to deploy. And let's go over here to actions and deploy or redeploy the most recent run. Let's redeploy this. Rerun, let's go. Push Coalition said Codex is for sure the one people like today when vibe coding rather than Cursor. You're 16 years old? That's awesome. Full stack developer in Norway. If you hit a snack, I can help if I will. Well, do you what do you know about CloudFormation? Have you joined our Discord yet? If you guys haven't already joined the Discord, let me drop a link to it. But yeah, I'm pretty active in our Discord, and I answer all my DMs. So if you guys haven't already, here's a link to the Discord. Oh, Push Coalition said not 16 years old. I got 16 years of coding experience. Okay, well, there's a very big difference between those two, that's for sure. All right, guys, we're a minute in. Haven't failed yet. So that's going. Let's go. All right, I gotta roll back. Come on. Oh, this song's fire. Hold up, let's turn this one up. Imperium, welcome back. All right, I'm actually going to open up Cursor and start working on this as well because who else is vibing out? All right, guys, I need to focus in for a second. Hold on. Okay. So it's saying that edit the key policy on both of your environments. Create grant, describe key, generate data key, encrypt. J35, I do have the logs, but they're all sensitive, so I can't share them. This is, I can't, I'm alone in this journey, guys. I can't share them on stream. Guns N' Roses, right now we're working on ViewCreator AI, so I'll just go to the website real quick so you can have a visual of it. So with ViewCreator, it's for content creators and businesses that are looking to be able to create viral content on social media. So we have a bunch of tools that users are able to have. For example, Instagram bio generator, TikTok caption generator, YouTube title generator, YouTube description generator, YouTube thumbnail generator, all sorts of stuff. Okay, so basically what it wants me to do is it wants me to edit the key policy for each database key and add statements for the service linked roles. You can do this in the console or with put key policy example to append. All right. Miracur said, I'm at work listening. Let's go. Big W's. Yeah, Guns N' Roses automation. All right, so I got to go over to the KMS again. Again, not kill myself. Key management service. Okay. Edit. What the heck? I can only edit the Thanks, J35. User in 1804 just asked, what's your educational background? Yeah, so I went to college to study finance. I dropped out my junior year to go full-time on a startup called Bright Choice. I was a programmer in high school and then went to school for finance because I was more interested in the stock market and in financial related stuff because I knew that I wanted to start my own business. So I went the finance route, but I did self-teaching for CS and I got really good at it while I was in college and pretty much just lost interest in finance because I was like, hey, I can program now, I can do whatever I want, so let me go do that, essentially. All right, so right now I'm using Codex. You guys can't see it, but I'm using Codex to literally update my AWS infrastructure using the AWS CLI. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now we're at 3,176. I think we can get to 3,200 today. J35 said, you know what I do in such a situation? Close my eyes for a minute or two and bam, idea pops in. Yeah, I would if I felt like there was like no hope, I would be doing that. But right now I'm literally like still locked in. Thanks to whoever just subscribed, appreciate it. Welcome to the community. Yeah, we've been working on this KMS problem for a bit now. All right, so it says that we are ready to redeploy. Give it a good old test. Let's do it. Rerun. Let's go. Rerun, guys. User in 1804 said, interesting, I was more interested in finance, but went to school for CS. Yeah, I was the exact opposite. Vedant, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let's get it. All right, we got stacks deploying, config stack deployed, observability stack deployed, network stack is deploying. Network stack's the easiest. That's basically essentially just your VPC. The problem that we have is like permissions related to KMS. All right, network stack is gone. All right, the data storage stack and then the data stack is now going. Come on, just create it, please. It's like hard to watch. I'm like refreshing. Create failed. Yeah, J35. Got bad news, guys. Failed. And it looks like it's the same problem. Push Coalition said, what's the error occurring when the failed build is showing? So what's happening is it's a permissions issue where the KMS key that's actually used to encrypt the database, for some reason there's some type of role mismatch where it can't actually access that. So the issue is that, you know, we've been trying to update. I think we're getting close. Mystic Fear said you should make a service that only solves AWS problems. That's smart. Could use it right now. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Fetching current IAM policy version. All right, I'm literally letting Codex into my AWS account. Sam Alton's back in the AWS backend. Did any of you see the interview with Tucker Carlson and Sam Altman? And then read the comments. Look that up and then just read the comments. It's freaking hilarious. Everybody thinks he murdered that whistleblower. I'm gonna grab a protein bar, guys. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, it says it's gonna work. Codex says it's gonna work. Keck just said, why deal with AWS and not deploy on Vercel? We need the AWS infrastructure since we have a, I mean, you can't deploy, you know, a Dockerized API in Vercel. With Next, I mean, if you were using a full stack Next project, yeah, sure, use Vercel, but Windows Slothy said that he joined the Discord and sent his project in general. That's cool. I'll check it out. All right, this is a project that somebody over on Twitch is working on. Welcome to the future of mind maps. I think too much. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Good work. All right, guys, the storage stack, data stack and storage stack are in progress. Oh my gosh, it failed. Oh, same error. You gotta be kidding me. All right, I'm switching over from Codex to Cursor, and I'm gonna use Cloud4 Sonnet 1M. Throw it a Hail Mary here. All right, guys, we're switching from Codex to Cursor since Codex has been getting it wrong. Brother Code said, I really like that you stream while working. It motivates me to work on my project, and it's like we're all in the same office working. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's for, right? Like right now, you know, I can't show you guys what I'm even working on, but, you know, I know that a couple of you guys like Imperium, J35, Brother Codes, I know that you guys are all, you know, working along with me. So, you know, let's just keep going, guys. We can't stop. Let's stay consistent. Come on. You know, I've been dealing with this issue for over an hour now, and it doesn't bother me. We're gonna get figured out, guys. Yeah. Imperium said, let's go. It's like we are all grinding on our goals. Yeah. Very true. All right, Cursor said that it sees the issue. All right, so it says, perfect, now I see the root issue. All right, it says that it found the issue. Mystic Fear said we were all grinding. Let's freaking go, guys. You guys rock. Window Slothy said, I just have to set up payment methods, then I'm done. We'll keep going, Window. Don't stop. Get it done. Yeah, Imperium said great things take time. Just have patience. Yeah, very true. I mean, we got a great thing going on right now, guys. I mean, check this out. Oh my gosh. 3,180. Let's go. I mean, look, 28 days. In 28 days, we've gone from 1,774 to 3,180. Where are we going to be at in another 28 days, guys? Where are we going to be at? Let's go. I mean, I'm not kidding. I got a sponsorship offer. I have multiple of them, you know? And I'm like seeing it and I'm like, you know, I'm not going to take the sponsorship offer yet. But, you know, I'm just like, wow. I mean, I could essentially, what I could do is, depending on how big this channel grows, what we'll be able to do is I'll be able to do like sponsorship videos and then use the money that I make from sponsorship videos to essentially, oh shoot, what did this do? Oh, I didn't want that to do that. Windows said, what company sent you the offer? I won't say it just because, you know, keep it to myself, but pretty good company, pretty solid. Cursor is literally going crazy right now. All right, it says that it's ready to go. All right, did Cursor come in clutch? This is the ultimate, is Cursor better than Codex test. I've been working with Codex for over an hour on the air, and now we gave Cursor one shot, one opportunity. And let's see what it does. Let's see if it pulls it off. The approach is so different that it took, too. So it gives me hope. All right, the create's in progress, guys. Create is in progress. I wonder if I can actually show this to you guys without it like showing sensitive data. No, I don't think I can. Sorry, I wish. Dev mindset, how's it going? All right, observability stack complete. Config stack complete. Network stack is in progress. That one, all three of those. I mean, we have our network going up correctly, which is our, our VPC. It's this data. Yeah, okay, data stack's going up, guys, right now. Right now, come on. Guys, it failed. Ahmed, I don't code with Grok that much. I just redeployed and it failed with the same error. Could you use describe stacks and see if you can figure out what happened this time? Mystic Fear said, use the sponsorship money to get an AWS person. That'd be a good idea right now. What? Alright guys, we may have just found our error. Alright, so the issue, it says that, alright, I'm just going to drop this in chat. This is the issue that I just got. I just dropped in chat what I'm seeing. And that's from Cursor. So it says that I see that CloudFormation is running without a specific role, which is obviously, it's possible that maybe our CloudFormation role is not configured correctly, which, is definitely interesting. Let's see. I mean, ViewCreator CloudFormation. Review the secrets and variables that I have set up in my GitHub actions inside of the ViewCreator CloudFormation repository in GitHub. Oops. Why would it be saying role is null when I have this set here in secrets? All right, so it said the CloudFormation deployment should be using actions workflow to see how it's configured and why your local development isn't using the same role. All right, it said you've identified the key issue. Looking at your GitHub Actions workflow and the secrets you have configured, I can see the problem clearly now. It says root cause in GitHub Actions. It runs that role, the KMS permissions. Wait, hold up. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, so it should be assigning correctly. I mean, we can like we can do a test real quick where, you know, let's just set the CloudFormation deployment to have admin. You know, like what if we just make it have admin? Just give it the admin role and see, hey, is this really a permissions issue? Just give the role the admin. Give the role admin and see if it happens again. Let's just do it. I'm gonna try it. We're running out of things. So attach policies, administrative access, boom. All right, I just gave it administrative access, so let's rerun this, see if it works with admin access. All right, wait, hold up, guys. Hold up, it just said that it found the issue. Hold up, let's test that next. All right, hold up, guys. It updated the database YAML file. So let's try that. New action. Mike said there should be logs in the build pipe. What do they show? Yeah, we've been testing it with we've been using describe stacks to figure it out. All right, this it said it's gonna work, so let's see. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Back. Had to grab some OJ. All right. It failed, by the way. All right, let's try that role thing. Let's give it the admin role. All right, it's got admin role now. Let's rerun with admin. Admin rerun, let's get it. All right, so I pretty much just took off the... I just gave it admin. Gave it admin. Hey, how's it going, Smexy Mods? What's going on? Day's going good so far. We've been stuck on an error for about the past hour, but we're gonna get through it like we've gotten through every other error in this 39-day journey. Ethereum, yeah, I think it is the AWS side that's the issue. It's like some type of permission issue or something. Ethereum said deployment takes a lot of time, so we need to have patience. It's very true. Keck said, what's the error? The error is related to our KMS. So key management service. Oh, I forgot to delete the stack, didn't I? So we have like just this weird permissions error. All right, that'll work now. Rerun. Mystic Fears said, if anyone wants an AI safe job, looks like AWS engineer is looking like a great option. That's hilarious. All right. All right, here is that step, storage step in the data step that trips us up each time is going in. So this is gonna rule out some type of permission error. If we get the same error, it means that it's not related to the permissions that are attached to the role. Create is still in progress, hasn't failed yet. Hasn't failed yet. Failed. Different error though. Different error. All right. We did get a different error. All right, we do have a different error now. AWS CloudFront distribution. The specified SSL certificate doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, I actually know what's going on. Okay, guys, we just fixed our error. Hold up. Hold up. All right, we did fix our error, thank goodness. Okay, so the error was related to some type of permissions issue that we were having. So now the error that we have is related to our ACM, and I actually need to log into GoDaddy, and now I need to change our name servers on GoDaddy from an old deployment that we used to have over to a new one. So it's actually gonna cause Bridgemind, or not Bridgemind, but ViewCreator to come down for a bit. That's right though. All right, so now we're gonna change our name servers on GoDaddy to use 66. Okay, we're good. All right. All right, name servers. Update our name servers here. Delete in progress. Route 53. All right, now I need to grab our name servers from Route 53 and get them in there. Oh, just texted me a code, so I'm gonna need to take down my phone here. It's behind me. So, one second, guys. I don't have to kill this camera here. Alright, grab my phone. Guys, another reason that I got the Pro Max is the battery life is absolutely insane. 39 hours of battery life, so... Alright, let's give me a text, so let's pull this up here. Okay, our name servers are now updated. So, let's do a quick sub check. Let's go If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I changed the name servers because the issue that we ran into in the CloudFormation deployment is that it needed our ACM, our certificate managers need to be verified, and I was hosting ViewCreator in a different AWS account, but I had to switch it over to a fresh configuration. So I had to set up a new AWS account. All right, so now. Yeah, Mike said, don't hassle. I have 30 years experience in development and administration. I deployed many sites, and I also have a home lab. I can say AWS is not easy and mostly a hell of a configuration. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was working at Bright Choice, when I was founder and CEO, you know, some of the people on my team, they said, you know, do you know what you just accomplished? You know, because I deployed our AWS infrastructure, and they said, do you know what you just accomplished? You know, do you understand, like, that, you know, there's people that, like, their job is literally just to, you know, do what you just did, you know? And I was like, that's pretty cool. All right, looks like our name servers still haven't updated. Oh, 04? Hold up. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Gotta wait for the name servers to change. Jose, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Yeah, 3,184. What do you think? Going up. The grind is paying off, guys. The consistency, the effort, it's all paying off. All of it. Jose said 3K to 10,000 is about to be faster than 0 to 1. Yeah, for sure. In GoDaddy, after I change my name servers, how long can it take for that change to actually propagate? A few hours? Come on. Aperium, it's not good to use Cloudflare with AWS because if you use Cloudflare, yeah, it's you can't, like for example, if you use Cloudflare, then I couldn't use my CloudFormation as well because, you know, I have my certificates in AWS, I have everything in AWS. It's better to keep it all under the AWS roof. If that makes sense. All right. Pac-Man said, everyone, this makes me feel like I'm the one who has the problem. By the way, I'm working in a project of work 2, and the debugging is all I have now. Trust the process and go on. Yeah, it's very true. All right, so Mike Roland said up to 24 hours, but mostly in 1 hour. Okay, yeah, I feel like name servers usually transfer over quickly, but the reason that we had to transfer our name servers is because I've got, oh, it looks like they actually transferred, guys. Oh yeah, it just transferred over, we're good. Okay, so the reason that we had to transfer them over is because essentially we had our Route 53, I have 2 AWS accounts, one to manage Bridgemine infrastructure, and now this other one to manage only ViewCreator infrastructure. And the reason that we had to change our name servers is because the step in CloudFormation that we got stuck up on was the step where it uses the ARN of a certificate in Certificate Manager to be able to append it to the CloudFront distribution. So I have set up in my Certificate Manager, you know, www.viewcreator.ai, and the error that we got in CloudFormation was an error that essentially said, hey, you know, this certificate is not verified. But the reason that I know that we do have this set up properly now, though, is if you guys look at the screenshot that I just took of what I'm seeing, these 2 just got issued successfully, and we're still waiting on www. But if one gets, you know, issued, then that means the others are on the way as well. you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, still waiting on these three. They'll come around though. Also, I just took down ViewCreator.ai, so that means we got to get this up. We got to get back up so we don't mess up our SEO. Still pending on those three. Okay, refresh, still pending. I mean, maybe I need to click create routes in. Okay, still waiting on it. For those of you just joining us, we're working on our CloudFormation for our AWS deployment, and we are going to get it today so we can get all of our servers up and running. But right now, we're still working on a couple issues that are going down. Thanks to whoever just subscribed. Appreciate the support. The API is issued successfully, but I'm still waiting on 3 of them. Oh, another one went through. All right, we're getting there. Okay. So just so you guys know, so you can see, this is what we're working on right now. Essentially, we're waiting for these ACM or certificates to actually be generated and issued. Our API.ViewCreator.ai has been issued successfully, which means our name servers did switch over. One of our CNAME records from this one right here is issued, and that's the one that we really need to get our CloudFront distribution up and running in CloudFormation, but we're still waiting on these three. I mean, it may just be faster to try and get them resubmitted, revalidated, essentially. Let me test this. Because if I request an additional certificate, I'm pretty sure it validates pretty quickly. Usually the certificates get validated. Oh, okay, www just got validated. Let's go. All right, so this one just got validated. Let me take another screenshot, show you guys what we're looking at. All right, here's the update. Also, if you guys are watching haven't already liked the stream and subscribed, make sure you do so. Look at this chart. We've been blowing up lately, so yeah, here's where we're at now. I just wanted to see if, all right. So www is good, but we need the dev servers. The dev servers is what we're still waiting on, and those are important for sure. All right, one of them is good. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick since we're waiting. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get it. Do a quick refresh. Let's go. Dev is issued. Dev is issued, guys. Only need one more now. Here's what we're looking like. Wait, hold up. Can't include the ID. Here we are. One more. This was just a test to see how long it would take for that one, but looks like it takes a while. Just one more and then we'll be able to launch. All right, one more, come on, refresh. Still pending. Imperium, let's go. So Imperium, right now, once we get this launched, it's very easy to push code to production. So essentially, once we actually get CloudFormation launched, we get our infrastructure up, we have GitHub actions and workflows that integrate with the infrastructure that we're creating today. So essentially, what we're doing now, this step, the reason that we have to go through this step is we haven't actually validated these certificates in the ViewCreator AWS account. So it looks to me it's still pending for the API.dev. But the reason that we had to do this is because we did solve that KMS permission issue. And then what we did is we decided to, it's not we didn't decide to, we more so the next error that we got essentially said, hey, you gave us an ARN to set up your CloudFront distribution for your UI, and it's not validated. So it kicked us an error because it wasn't validated. So now we had, okay, the last one issued. We're good, guys. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, guys. J35 not deployed, but we're getting there. All right, look at this, guys. This is beautiful. All right, all these are issued. So now we are going to rerun our deployment, and we're gonna get probably another error. Probably another error, but a different error this time. But let's freaking go, guys. All issued. Let's go. Oh, wait, did we delete the last stack? Yeah, we're good. All right. All right, guys, let's go. We're gonna get a different error now. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, going up. How many subs did we have yesterday? So we came in today with, so we've gained 45 subs today. That's pretty good. I did the math, and if we want to hit 10,000 by the end of the year, it's like a 33 average. So we've been beating that. That day was 38. That was 69. This was, what is that? It's like 80, 84, 94. Pretty good. All right, stack's going up, guys. All right, config stack is up. Observability stack is up. Oh, you want the music, J35? We'll get the music. We'll get the hype music in here. All right, guys, the data stack's going up. All right, this is the one that's been tripping us up. All right, I'll do the music thing. I'll do the music thing at 3,200. All right, create failed. Okay, create failed, but it is a completely different error now. So let's go over here. Using describe stacks and the ViewCreator AWS profile and the AWS CLI, could you help me figure out what happened here during this deployment? All right, so this is a totally different error. I mean, guys, AWS and CloudFormation is a beast. It is an absolute freaking beast. Okay, so it said the error indicates that the SSL certificate attached to your CloudFront distribution doesn't cover the alternate domain name that you're trying to add. Oh. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we need to make another. No. Okay. Cursor just did everything for me. You guys are missing some. I wish I could show you guys this. It's doing some crazy stuff. So literally, oh my gosh. Okay, all right. That's insane. Okay, we're already ready to redeploy, guys. Wow, that was insanely cracked. So it updated code and created the wildcard domain for us because essentially, oh wait, that's not gonna work. Don't you need to update the parameters now as well? And shouldn't there be one of these for the prod environment too? Could you create the certificate for the prod environment and also update the parameter files as well? Amit, what's up? Nice to see you again. Sunny Gabriel said, does anyone have a blueprint rule I can use so my agent can almost make anything I want? Here, yeah, thanks Jose for sharing the Discord link. Yeah, if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, make sure that you go to the link that Jose just provided and join the Discord, because that's essentially where, you know, if you're interested in AI, tech, programming, we've got a pretty good Discord going now. Jeez, Cursor is insane. Help me understand wildcard domains. For example, take a look at my certificates. If I have that first certificate issued, that's the wildcard for ViewCreator.ai, can I just use that certificate for all of these, or do I actually need to have separate certificates for each? Does anybody know? Like if I have a wildcard domain like this, when I just enter it, if I have this wildcard domain, like would this cover dev.viewcreator.ai? Would it cover www.viewcreator.ai? Would it cover api.viewcreator? You guys know? Maybe in chat know. Like just having one wildcard cover all of them. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of influencers hyping up Factory AI, Droid Coder as well. All right, Mike's top level. What a wildcard actually covers one label under the apex. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, only first level. Okay, so basically, if I had dev. Okay, I'm gonna make a mess. Okay, but look at this, guys. So I have this one, this wildcard, and then I also have this one here. So check this out. So I have these two, right? So I have a ViewCreator one, and then I also have a dev.ViewCreator. So aren't those the only two that I would need? Because I've got none that are like 3 levels. None are 3 levels. So I wouldn't necessarily need... Because for example, like, if I'm on dev, right? And I'm on, like, I'm using the CDN, so it goes cdn.dev.viewCreator, right? So it does that, and then this one does api.dev.viewCreator. So those are both covered. So maybe I can remove these other 6. Okay, let me just show you a screenshot and you guys can see it. So these are the ones that I have right now. Just look at this. So I need this one, I need this one, I need this one, I need this one. And then the reason that these just got created because we got an error is because... No, Imperium, it's cdn.dev. It's cdn.dev, not cdn.dev. Yeah, Jose, honestly, the reason that the US is so far behind is the institutions are like, they are really against AI in the US. Like colleges and stuff, they're really against it. As you guys know, I'm finishing up my college degree right now, which is why I can't. If I didn't have to go to college, I would be streaming 8 hours a day every single day. And just so that you guys know that once I do get my college degree and I'm graduated, the plan is that I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, and I'm just going to be streaming all the time. So this is really just the beginning. I mean, we're only 39 days in. You guys can tell that I'm very a hard worker and whatnot. Imperium, no, we don't use CDN dev. We got 36 watchers right now. We're getting really close to 3,200. So if you guys haven't already done that, we'd really appreciate the support. I mean, Mythic said this type of content is really nice. Thanks, Mythic. Appreciate it. Review our parameters for both dev and production, and make sure that they are updated with these new certificate ARNs. Update the example files accordingly. And also, obviously, make sure that the actual templates have what they need. All right. Honestly, guys, Cloud4 Sonnet 1M is absolutely crushing it right now. Absolutely crushing it. Thanks to whoever just subscribed. Appreciate it. Mr. Ilya said, what is your income now? So yeah, I've been a startup founder for about 3 years. This is my 4th startup in 3 years. I was fortunate to get an exit, and I have financing for all of this. And I don't necessarily need a direct income. Mike said, just one opinion, Wildcard is not the best practice. Security aspects, you can use them, but later you should switch to subdomain specific certs. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Mythic, I've got financing, yeah. JS said probably his parents. Yeah, sure. If that makes you feel better at night, man. All right, so I'm going to integrate Mike Rowland's suggestion of not doing the wildcards. So I just had it, it's creating the exact ones now. Anurag, hopefully I'm not butchering your last name there, but he said, if you could collaborate for any projects with investors, how big does it need to be? Been following you and liked your content. Hey, really appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Yeah, so I mean, it depends. I mean, it needs to be like a pretty legitimate operation, I would say. Like for example, if people saw the operation like BridgeMind right now, where it's at, they would probably not be super interested in investment, right? It's very bootstrapped. And that's, to answer your question, Ilya said, were your last startups bootstrapped like this one? So no, Bright Choice was not bootstrapped. Bright Choice had quite a bit of investor funding. And, you know, I actually prefer to bootstrap the startups. That's also a large reason of, you know, why I'm doing this one, is because, you know, hey, you don't necessarily want to do that. You don't necessarily want to give up your company. Like for example, hey, you know, I could go out and I could get 250,000, you know, match that, and they'd take 20% of my company, you know, and that's actually like, that would be pretty good, you know? So it's just definitely, you know, your decision of what you want to do, but I would rather build up BridgeMind and have it to the point where it's a surviving entity on its own. And, okay, Push Coalition actually just had a really good point. He said it should be delegated like this. This keeps the system lean. Only 3 certs ensure propagation consistency and avoids unnecessary renewal management overhead. So right now we have, yeah, let's actually ask Cursor. Right now there are too many certifications. I need you to think deeply about the existing certifications, look at the infrastructure and the layout, and help me to reorganize the certifications and get this set up with best practices so that it's correctly organized, and remove redundant certifications that are not needed. Don't use wildcards, but also I can't have 6 certifications. Please think deeply and generate a plan and come back to me and let me know how many certifications you're going to create for which domains and subdomains, and output an easy to understand breakdown of what you are going to update and do before doing it. But yeah, the way I see it is that, hey, you know, obviously BridgeMind's doing really well. You know, we don't have a ton of revenue yet, but we have all these different revenue generators that are like in the pipeline, right? And as things build up, which they are already doing and they will continue to do, you know, we're gonna get a ton of revenue. Mr. Ilya said, what's the boldest assumption behind your idea and how are you testing it? Well, I would say that the boldest assumption is based on the demand research that we did. Okay, wait, hold on. Just got a breakdown. Okay, so it's going to do 2 certificates total. One for dev and one for production. Show me the domains that will be included on both certificates. And I can show this. So this is essentially the plan here. Okay, so yeah, J35 is, that's very true. Very, very, very true. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Okay, now integrate these updates. And then what I need you to do is I need you to properly fetch the ARNs of the certificates after they are issued. Make sure that you now delete the outdated certificates and come back to me with a breakdown and the ARNs of the certificates that you created. Okay, then something I want to check is I think that I actually left I think the certificates may be in, I think it may be in GitHub. So I need to take a look at that as well since, well, the ARN, definitely in the ARNs. Enterag said, so it's a project with traction, and he says, same here with the revenue part, still getting it together, confused about which to focus on, speed or quality in terms of MVP. I would say, I mean, you have to balance it. You know, you can't launch with a product that's broken. But honestly, just like launching and figuring things out on the back end, sometimes like kind of fun. Thanks to whoever just subscribed. Let's go. All right. So let's pull that cursor up. J35 said, the best coworkers I had was my brothers. He would develop Roblox games and merch with them, and that was the best time that I had, although paths change. That's cool, you worked with your brothers. Please now double check your work, review the templates and review the parameters, and make sure that they all integrate the correct logic and work together correctly. Jose, how much money did you make on Roblox, if you don't mind me asking? All right, it says it's ready for deployment, guys. We're ready to go. So we did break. I'll take a quick screenshot here. This is what it looks like now. So we essentially have a certificate for all of our dev domains, and then we have one for all of our production domains. So this song's fire. Oh, wow. Jose said that he made 10K plus a month when he was 17, 18. That is so badass. Jose, you're in the Discord, right? Jose, we need to make you a Discord mod as well, if you aren't already. Just make sure you join the Discord. Hassan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's going good. We've had a couple errors on CloudFormation, but we've just steadily been getting through them. We've been gaining traction. You know how it is. Okay. Since the certificates for the API and the web are now the same, wouldn't... Hold up, guys. Just had a thought. Is it bad that our website, CDN, and API are all going to use the same certificate? Okay, cool. Jose, you're a mall cop. Cool. KB, that's what I'm talking about. KB said, every time I see you streaming, it forces me to pull up my app and keep building. That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. All right, so it says that's okay. I think we are ready to deploy here, guys. All right, deploy. We haven't deployed in a minute. All right, here we are, guys. Let's go. Deploying. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, come on, guys. You know what to do. You know what to do. We are at 3,189. Let's go, guys. 11 away from 3,200. And you know what's gonna happen then? We're gonna do. We're gonna turn on the music. All right. You hear me? We're gonna do the Zombie Nation music. Create still in progress. Create is still in progress, guys. Let's go. Still going. Straight on, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. All right, guys, I think we got through most of our issues because the create is still in progress. Let's friggin' go. 3 hours in, finally making progress. That's how coding is, guys. Appearing on the website is down because I had to transfer on Route 53. I had to transfer from a different AWS account, so I had to take the website down for a bit. Hopefully we'll get this working and we'll get it redeployed today. Right now the create is still in progress though. So yeah, the SSL issue is fixed and deployed right now. Create is in progress. This is the longest create in progress that we've had actually during the entire stream. So if you guys are watching, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're 11 away from 3,200 and the create is still in progress. I mean, we're getting it. Let's go. Oh my gosh, guys, we made it through the storage stack. The CDN's deployed. That's insane. That's the first time that's happened. The database stack is deploying. Usually that one takes the longest. Sometimes it can take up to 15 minutes, but we did it, guys. I'm gonna go throw a sweatshirt on. I'm getting a little bit cold, but I'll be right back. The create's still in progress. I mean, this is amazing. And the data stack, let's see here. Data stack is like, so the templates go data, front end, main, network. So we only have, after this, we only have a couple more stacks left. Yeah, let's get it. We're almost done, guys. Let's go. Chat's cracking me up. J35 hoodie next. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys like the merch? This is a one of one hoodie. I just got this basically when I started, started the company, just for me. Had no idea that we were going to be doing the YouTube stuff, actually. Had no clue. J35, yeah, you're right. I was more an outdoor kid. Mr. Ilya said, what is more profitable in terms of net income at the moment, creating an AI agency or an AI startup platform? I'm not sure. You guys have any thoughts? But yeah, J35, when I was growing up, my parents, they I did piano, chess tournaments, worked outside, played sports outside, played basketball. Guys, oh my gosh, our database just got completed. All right, so the database stack works. All right, what's next though? KB, it's really just me for now. That'll change though once we get out to Austin. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Database stack is completed. So we have the observability stack, we have the network stack, we have the config stack, we have the storage stack, we have the database stack. But it seems frozen. I think I have too many tabs open, guys. Let's check activity monitor because my stuff's starting to glitch out. 83 gigs. 83 gigs of memory, guys. I think that's why it's lagging out here. All right, I gotta force quit Chrome. It is bugging. All right, sorry. All right, let me pull this stuff back up. Music and everything just stopped because I had to force quit Chrome. It's freezing up on me. There we go. All right, let's change up the vibe a little bit. Let's do some NCS music. You guys like NCS music? All right, who's trying to vibe out for a little bit? Let's turn it up. All right, this deploy is still going, guys. It's our dev stack. Oh, we hit a roll back, guys. Why did it roll back? Alright, so this is what failed. This is what failed, guys. Compute stack failed. I mean, what stinks now is that we're essentially going to be testing this deployment. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but essentially when you deploy like a database stack, it takes a long time to actually get it deployed, and then it actually takes a lot of time to roll it back. So before, when we were testing, you know, it would fail because it failed on that database step. And now, you know, as you guys can see, this has been running for 15 minutes. So now we know that we can get past this database step, but the problem now is that our infrastructure is now going to take about 30 minutes in between tests, which isn't great, but that's all right. But at least we solved a bunch of errors, so that's good. This song's fire, by the way. Yeah, let's do it, Aperium. That's the kind of mindset that I like to be around. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, let's go. We got 32 watchers. Let's get it. All right. All right, so basically what failed is this, let's pass this in. KB, I'm going to be basically running up an insane bag down in Austin. Once I graduate and get down to Austin, that's when things are really going to take off. That's when I'm going to probably get 100,000. It's going to run up literally insane. Thank you, Hassan. Appreciate it. All right, database stack is still deleting. Database stack will take a while to delete. Grinder, let me turn on the music a little bit. Grinder just asked, do you have some advice for vibe coding with Codex? Just switch to it. Yeah, so the keys to Codex is that you really need to launch multiple agents and terminals at once. So essentially, let's say that you're switching from Cursor or another vibe coding tool to Codex. The most important thing for you to do is you have to note that Codex is slower, but a little bit better than Cursor. So you're able to delegate to those agents long, complicated tasks. It can build out super complicated code and infrastructure for you. But if you need to do something quick, Cursor is very reliable and fast to iterate. So those are a couple things that you need to remember. But yeah, I would, if you watch that video, you could see that I just had all these agents running, and that helps a lot for sure. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're only 11 subscribers away from 3,200, so I think we'll get there today, maybe in this stream. All right, so guys, the biggest problem that I have is that obviously we're working on CloudFormation, and essentially, like I'll show you guys what I'm looking at right now. This database stack is going to take a while to delete. It's going to take a while for us to essentially, now in between these testing periods, you guys can see this is what I'm seeing on my end in CloudFormation. Delete in progress on the database stack. And the reason that it takes so long is it just takes a while to roll back databases. It takes, you got to provision them down, and it takes a lot. So that's the biggest problem that we have now, because that's been rolling back probably for, I mean, how long has this run been going now? Let's see here, 23 minutes. Yeah, so that'll probably, I would expect it to go, I don't know, probably take another 5 to 10 minutes to delete that. So that's the problem that we have now. Okay, Hassan, good to know. Yeah, I'll be hiring vibe coders in a couple months, probably November. All right, database stack is deleted. Okay, sweet. Okay. Yeah, I'll turn on some calmer music. There you go, guys. There we go. Flow music for sprints and pull requests. I actually know the guy that has this channel. He's pretty cool. Mohammed, it is launch day, but it takes quite a bit to actually get the cloud infrastructure going. So over here, we're working in CloudFormation. All right, VPC is deleting. All right, the rollback's complete, so we're gonna be able to test this again now. So I just deleted it. All right, so now let's go back here. And this one will have failed very quickly because that was not yet ran. And let's do rerun all. All right, so now this will run for about 15 minutes, then we'll get the next error and fix that one. Hassan said, this AI makes things so easy. I've got some crazy ideas I want to solve for people in my position. What kind of ideas? Mohammed said, let's go. Are you waiting for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm not waiting at all. I'm just, as soon as I can get this CloudFormation project working, we're going to launch. You know, CloudFormation is tough, guys. This is what, you know, this is kind of to be expected a little bit. Yeah, AI in healthcare is pretty tricky. J35 said, dude, this course thing really pops off. Just saw Iman was sitting live with 77K. Who's that? Iman? 77K? Wait, who is that though? Is it a YouTube channel? Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, but he's got 5.75 million. That's insane. Yeah, I just checked it out, J35. Pretty cool. He was on my YouTube homepage, really. Yeah, I haven't seen him before. It must have just been in my recommendations. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're getting close to 3,200 subs. Yeah, J35, kind of a scam type deal. All right, this is deploying. Now the problem that we have, the main issue is that, hey, in between tests for CloudFormation, it's gonna be about 25 minutes. Rob, the deployment's going pretty good. So we did get through several different errors that had us caught up. The biggest one was for about the first hour of the stream, we were stuck on this SSM error, or I guess it was wait. Why am I just totally spacing out what it is? ACM, right? No. I don't know why I'm spacing it, but we were stuck on an error for about the first hour, but we got it done. Got it fixed. J35 said that he used to be a fan of him, but yeah, he saw that. Jose said, selling courses makes so much money. Jose said, Godzi really set it off with the courses selling. Now everyone just LARPing. Yeah, J35, that's so true. Yeah. Jose, I'm dead. Yeah, Rob, you know what I ended up doing? So it did have that CloudFormation role. And, you know, we were testing, we were trying to get it to work. And you know what we finally ended up doing is just set the admin role on the deployment. Which is definitely not a best practice, but also it's for the development, so. Yeah, the SSM is, there's like definitely weird permissions errors that you can run into. Hassan said, I want to build an AI assistant that can run locally, help gamers record their best moments, and suggest ways to improve their gameplay. That's a good idea. J35, that's so true. Yeah, no, people like lately have been, and you know, that's actually, you know, an interesting point because it's, you know, a different approach that I want to take. You know, as you guys know, it's like, hey, I'm going to be very transparent about my journey. I do think that on social media, you know, people they'll be like, I, you know, did this and, you know, made 500,000 in like a month, you know, and this is how you can do it too. And I really do, you should question it, you know, you should say, hey, is that true? You know, because that is like, you know, crazy. So I'm just gonna do my best to be as transparent as I can. And I do believe that, hey, like down the line, you know, give it another 6 months. You know, I do think that we'll be sitting pretty here. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. It really helps support the channel. Rob said, yeah, I'm probably okay for now. At some point, you can get the role scoped only to do what it needs to do. Yeah. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just, you know, let's just get it working, you know, figure it out later. Tyler said, do you use any security-specific workflows or add-ons? I recommend looking into Strands Agents SDK, making it super simple for the agents to be deployed, plus NVIDIA Morpheus. That sounds cool. Strands Agents. Let's look that up. Oops. CC, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. All right, so it says build production ready, multi-agent AI systems in a few lines of code. That's cool. All right, let's check on CloudFormation real quick, see where we're at. We are on the compute stack, guys, so right now we're at the furthest point that we've been at. Last time that we were working on the compute stack, it failed, but just so that you guys can see what I'm looking at right now, this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. So here's what I'm looking at. I'll try and do a better job so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. But yeah, so here are the stacks. You guys can see that the network stack completed, then it's the config stack which completed, then the observability stack, then the storage stack, then the data stack, and now the compute stack, which is still running. Last time we ran the compute stack, it failed, but Hassan, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in today. David asks, where did the extra $6 come from? Yeah, I mean, we've got so many avenues for revenue now. The extra $6 came from somebody that donated on Super Chat. So, yeah, we're making money from YouTube now. We're making money from Goalpost. We're making money from Bridgemind.ai. And now we're going to make money, probably big money, the biggest money, obviously, since we've been focused on it for so long, from ViewCreator here soon. Tyler said, when somebody says they made $500K a month, just ask them, but how much did you net? That smile turns upside down real quick. Well, I mean, how are these people making $500K in the first place, though? Is it like, I mean, even to get $500K in revenue is pretty impressive. I even doubt that. J35 said that he's had an experience where one known person called him and asked if he could come and teach students how to set up Shopify as they already sold the course to 80 students while they never used Shopify. OX Boss said vibe coding seems to be too boring. No, it's not. Right now, it's what we're doing right now is we're working on a really complex system, Ox Boss. So pretty much, it's a little bit slow here today. And for those of you that have been watching, the reason that it is, as you guys know, is that we're working on CloudFormation. And CloudFormation is completely different when you're working on deploying your infrastructure than actually building features. So building features, you know, you can do like 5-10 minutes, you can build a feature. But with CloudFormation, you know, there's a big testing loop behind it. Like right now, let's see, I'm checking in on the stack. So this is still, our compute is still in progress, but this has literally been running for 12 minutes, and this is deploying our AWS infrastructure so that we can actually get our application deployed. Thanks to whoever just subscribed, 3,190 subs. Let's get it. Thanks for the support. But yeah, so we're doing a pretty complex, like AWS infrastructure is no small task, that's for sure. So we're gonna get it done. Be a huge accomplishment, something to put in. Oh man. All right, guys, it failed. That hurts. The load balancer security groups failed to update. Here's what I see, guys. Oh man. All right, so it's a new error. But here's what I got after 13 minutes. This is all gonna roll back. So the compute stack is failing. For those of you wondering, the compute stack is essentially your API stack that has your ECS cluster. All right, guys, here's the issue that we had. Honestly, Cursor's been doing a great job. Okay. All right, just deployed those changes. All right, so guys, since I'm going to be doing a lot of work with this, I'm going to end the stream here because essentially the difference between us being able to update one problem in the stack and then being able to actually test it is about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to be, working on some other projects now off stream while I'm getting this done. But thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 5 a.m. for our Work With Me at 5 a.m. stream. And yeah, really excited, guys. We made a ton of progress today. We're getting really close on our stack. I think we only have like 2 or 3 stacks left to be able to get this working. So I'd be surprised if I can't get this working. I've got like 9 hours left in the day, so I should be able to get this working. And then tomorrow morning, I'll give you guys an update. And yeah, keep moving forward, guys. If you've been grinding with me, thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you keep grinding, keep working through your whatever you're working on. And yeah, good luck, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.